This meeting, which is hereby called to order, is in compliance with the notice requirements of law. Public notice was posted in the office of the Board of Education and communicated to the municipal clerk, the Daily Record, and the Star Ledger on August 30th, 2019. Now, if you would all please join me in standing to salute our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Janish, may I have a roll call vote, please? A roll call. A roll call.
Ms. Grisales?
Present.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mrs. Mullen?
Here.
Mrs. Nutting?
Here.
Mrs. Phillips?
Here.
Mr. Riley?
He went to the men's room.
Okay.
Too much information, I know.
Ms. Ruiz?
Present.
Dr. Sainer?
Present.
Ms. Pelestis?
Here. And before I turn this over to the superintendent for presentations this evening, I want to welcome all of you. It is so wonderful to see all of you here at a Board of Education meeting. I also want to tell you that tonight is our first live streaming of a Board of Education meeting. So if anyone wants to know what we're doing in the future, please know that these meetings will be live streamed and you will be able to see what we are doing as we're doing it. So I just want to welcome the whole community. It's wonderful to see all your faces. And now I'll turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. McLaughlin.
Thank you. So this evening we have several very special presentations that we're going to begin with. We'd like to start by asking Ms. Gaynor-Matanti if she would please introduce our chorus who's going to perform for us to begin the meeting.
Hello everybody, my name is Janet Gaynor-Matanti and I'm the Supervisor of Fine and Performing Arts for the Dover School District. I'm here tonight with our concert choir. This is comprised of students from grades 9 through 12 who all share a love of singing. Some of them are able to take choir during the day. Some of them, if they can't fit it in their schedule, they'll take zero period where they'll get here at 7 o'clock in the morning and take choir before the school day even starts. They are led by our wonderful choir director, Mr. Jack Hofer, who also is a newly tenured teacher and will be celebrating all of you tonight. So without further ado, here's our concert choir with a little something to get you in the holiday mood. Here We Come A-Caroling.
Ba ba
Thank you. That was wonderful. It's great to always begin our meetings seeing the skills and the talents of our students. So happy that they gave their time with us tonight. And we have 3 special groups to honor tonight. We're going to begin with a very special group because we know that the most important factor for any student's success is an effective teacher. And certainly when an educator is granted tenure in a district, it's truly a sign that the district has found someone valuable, an individual who relates with students, someone who we want to stay and to be a part of Dover, and just as importantly, that individual has made that same commitment to our district and to our students. And so we're going to be asking some folks to come forward to get some recognitions, some small signs of our recognition, and as we do this, we're going to ask the principal of the corresponding school to come forward to help us honor these particular individuals. So at this point, can I ask Mr. Marion if you would come up front with us? Okay. Jennifer Ikeda. You with us now? Not with us tonight, but we do want to acknowledge Paige Arnowitz, one of our special services staff. And at this point, could we ask Mr. Franks to come forward? Just so you know, each recipient is receiving a Dover Golden Apple and a pin that they can proudly display on their lapel. The pin is a starfish that goes along with that poem, Making a Difference, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, as our teachers all truly do make a difference for our students every day. And so we'd like to ask Michelle Garcia to come forward. John Hoferer. Jack Kane. Laura Christiniak. Michelle Lentz. And Kelsey Salmon. we would ask Ms. Tawana Claret to come forward, but at this time to receive her own award for achieving tenure in the district. So congratulations, Ms. Claret. And from Eastover, Samantha Girardi. And also from Eastover, Magdalene Zois. And at this time, we'll ask Mr. Pandolfo if he'd come forward. In addition to our educators, we are also privileged to have one of the strongest group of nurses in our district, and we're very happy to honor Miss Nancy Tartini this time. Okay, and John Hofler, are you with us now? Okay, come on back. Okay, John was doing double duty for us tonight, so thank you for that. This year we had two very special teams from our Dover Middle School, and we'd like to begin with congratulations to our middle school boys soccer team, who finished off a tremendous regular season with a record of 11-0. The boys team participated in an end-of-the-season tournament consisting of 8 schools in their division. The Dover Middle School boys team were champions of this division, defeating Heritage Middle School in the quarterfinals, Central Middle School in the semifinals, and Brooklawn Middle School in the finals. And we are extremely proud of all the players and of Coach Lopez for your accomplishments this season. We'd like to ask Mr. Bullock, our athletic director, and Mr. Lopez to come forward to present these certificates to our students.
Coach Eddie Lopez. Juan Nino Cardoza. Edwin Cielo Guevara. Alexis Ramirez Sanchez. Andres Villalobos Barrero. Angel Morales. Brandon Valero Chuncho. Brian Guaman Calle. Camilo Brenes. Christopher Rivera Avila. Edson Nole Zapata. Flavio Esquire Malpica. Gonzalo Vasquez. Jefferson Funes Dominguez. Jerry Pague Cabrera. John Munoz. Jose Adames Ordonez. Juan Tovar Quintero. Casey Nutting. Kevin Ramos Salazar. Kristen Giron. Luis Aguilar. Nicholas Zuriaga Carvajal. Tiago Uaguari. Jesse Cabrera Rios. At this time, we'd like to have Ms. Clarett, the middle school principal, come up. The boys would like to present you with the championship trophy. So as they make their way up, I just want to say what a great job our middle school boys have done. They're obviously ready to follow suit with the strong program that's been established at the high school, and hopefully we'll see them here in 3 or 4 years walking up the same way to receive their state championship rings as some of the teams have in the past. So great job, boys. Keep working hard, and we look forward to having you here again. Congrats.
This year we are extremely happy to begin a new tradition of a middle school football team here in Dover. We'd like to congratulate the 2019 Dover Middle School football program. We'd like to take this time to recognize the players and coaches on this year's middle school football team. The inaugural season for middle school football in Dover schools. It was highly anticipated that this would be a tremendous challenge to launch this program, and it was truly amazing to see how quickly this group of players and coaches came together and were able to compete so well in each of their 8 regular season games. We'd like to show our appreciation for how proud we are of each player by presenting you with the certificate for middle school football team 2019 Dover inaugural season. It's something you can tell your kids about later on, that you were on the very first Dover Middle School team. So I'll ask again, Mr. Bullock, if he would make the announcements.
I'd just like to take a moment, because I'd be remiss if we don't recognize and thank the board here tonight for their support. This was a pretty difficult process to move this through, and without the support of everybody here this evening, we wouldn't be here at this point. And this is an instrumental step that we needed to take in order to move our football program forward and back into the direction of the days that we were accustomed to with a long tradition of success. So I just want to personally thank everybody involved in this process, and again, without you, this would not be possible. Our first recognition unfortunately had surgery and was not in school today, and that's Coach Rich Guglielmo, who kind of took the command by the reins and did a phenomenal job. And like was mentioned earlier, we knew this was going to be met with great challenges, and it was unbelievable to see how we hit the ground running and were competitive right out of the gate. So we want to congratulate and recognize Coach Rich Guglielmo. And Coach Pedro Aragon. Coach, please come on up.
They pranked him.
We do have some players that weren't able to be here, so I will recognize their names, and I will just hold their certificate if they're not here. Cameron Kersey. Edgardo Rivera Rosales. Jad Duval. DeAndre Bryant. Alexander Bixler. Alexander Chambers. Henry Soto. Dario Luna. Rafael Hernandez. Anthony Lazaro. Christopher Carranza. Christopher Velasquez. Christian Borges. Darius Gray. Derek Martinez Barajas. Edgar Azanza Lozano. Esteban Alfaro. Evelyn Herrera Oliveira. Renee Restrepo Chavez. Jason Acevedo. Jeffrey Abandarez Vendel. Jeremy Arias. Jesus Zayas Mesa. Luis Tapia Hernando. Mariana Figueroa. Johan Pozo. Come on over. Kevin Gonzalez Augusto. Alan Valdebenito. Jeremiah Donasian. And our final participant was Rodrigo Galvez Tapia.
Yep. And we have coffee and punch.
At this time, on behalf of the entire Board of Education, I want to congratulate our students, and I want to congratulate our newly tenured teachers. You all are the best of what Dover has to offer, and I am excited and so proud to be a member of this community, as I know all of my board members are, and to hear the wonderful choir sing tonight. It's just truly been a wonderful experience in seeing all of you and getting to share your success with the board. So we all thank you. And at this point, I'd like to take a 5 or a 10-minute break and invite you all to join us for some refreshments. On the side, we have some juice and coffee and some cake. So if we'd all please join us, we would appreciate that. And thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone. At this point, I would like to ask everyone to quiet down as we are going to continue our Board of Education meeting. Thank you. At this point in the meeting, I would like to open the meeting for public comment on agenda items only. So if you would please get up and state your name and your address, and any comments, questions you may have, please feel free. Thank you. Yes.
You can,
Sure, it's an agenda.
Hi, Cheryl Colligan. I'm the French teacher at the middle school. I just want to tell you that this is very exciting and it's refreshing. And I thank you, all of you, for being part of this renewed spirit, if you will. It was just wonderful to acknowledge our young athletes, and I'm thankful that you have acknowledged the excellence of these tenured teachers, and it's a truly a celebration. I feel great about it, so I wanted to thank you for that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you very much. Any other public comment? All right, then let's move on to the approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved. Second.
May I have a roll call vote?
Ms. Rosales? Yes. Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting? Abstain. Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz? Yes. Dr. Sainer? Yes. Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And communications, do we have anything, Ms. Janish?
I have nothing at this time.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Sainer?
I'd like to move that the board acknowledges the Business Administrator Board Secretary's report as listed below.
Second.
Do I have any questions, concerns, comments? There being none, may I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Rosales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And at this point, I'd like to turn the meeting over to Dr. McLaughlin, our superintendent.
Thank you. Good evening. We're extremely happy to share that Impact 100 Garden State recently awarded the County College of Morris a $110,000 grant to support the Dover College Promise. This award is an endeavor between the County College and the Educational Center here in Dover. The aim of the award is to provide low-income middle and high school students in the community with college readiness training and support, along with guaranteed scholarships to attend CCM. We are excited for our students and for all the increased opportunities that this grant affords, and we look forward to our continued partnership with the County College of Morris as we move forward. I'm also happy to acknowledge a donation from the Henry O. Baker Insurance Agency. The agency has generously donated $3,000 to finance the purchase of the Stop It application for the district. The Stop It app is an anonymous reporting and incident management system. Each school in the district will be advising parents and students regarding the purpose and the use of the Stop It app. This can be used from any smartphone or computer device. And we'd like to again thank the Henry O. Baker Agency for helping our students to be an even safer and more secure environment for all of our students. Last Friday, the Dover School District submitted an application for preschool expansion funding for the 2020-2021 school year. The application lists 25 classes in 11 sites that will accommodate our 3- and 4-year-old students. If successfully granted, Dover would receive approximately $4.5 million in PEA funds and the ability to provide 375 preschool seats to our children. We look forward to word from the New Jersey Department of Education in April in regard to the receipt of our requested funds and the expansion of our program. There have been ongoing concerns regarding the traffic flow in front of Dover High School, where cars stop to drop off students. The dangers associated with this issue have been discussed with the Dover Police Department, and we thank the department for the presence of a patrol car in the mornings, and we are considering further steps that will increase the safety of our students upon their morning arrival to Dover High School. We are in the midst of creating our first print newsletter of the school year. The newsletter is due for printing and distribution to every community member and will be mailed prior to the holiday recess. And as has already been announced, tonight marks our first live stream Board of Education meeting. As a first attempt, we ask that you excuse any imperfections in the process and know that we will be working hard to ensure the highest quality of transmission as we move forward. Archived recordings will continue to be made available on our website under the Board of Education tab. And that completes my report.
Thank you, Dr. McLaughlin. The HIBs?
Assistant Superintendent's report.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. Assistant Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good evening. I am very proud to report that our new district website is up and running. Along with our new website, we also have a new app that can be found by searching Dover Public Schools in the Apple App Store or in the Google Play Store. The app and the website all have the same features. With our new website, we are hoping to increase our district goal of communication and accessibility of district information. I would like to thank the administrative team for their support in ensuring we had a thorough website for each of their buildings and/or departments. I'd also like to thank the staff for all of their hard work and patience on November 5th in completing their biographies and loading their pictures to their profiles. Please check out the new website. It's really great. As we move through the school year, check the site frequently for updates and new changes and new sections that will be added to provide even more transparency and resources for our families and staff. On November 5th, the district participated in a full professional development day. A variety of trainings and professional work was done across all grade levels and grade groups. Teachers received training on uploading their photos from their picture day to their user profile on the website. Teachers were also asked to create a bio about themselves, and many went above and beyond by continuing to add favorite links and additional curriculum information on their webpage. In the process of doing this work, we were also able to introduce the staff to a shared team drive within the Google Suite. This drive will act as a network drive that will be accessible to all staff and will house common forms and documents for staff to freely access. This is one major step towards us relying less on paper within the district. Another part of the day gave teaching staff an opportunity to listen to a lecture from Dr. Brian Meadows, Seton Hall professor. Brian was able to provide our teaching staff with ready-to-use strategies for our bilingual students. He reviewed the can-do statements and also the WIDA scores so that teachers would know student levels based on that assessment data. Our clerical staff, nurses, child study team members, and guidance department and administrators also received more specific Google training that focused on the administrative side of the Google Suite tools. Isabel Mikado from the Mikado Law Group was here to train our anti-bullying specialist on HIB procedures and protocols. In addition, Ms. Mikado worked with our child study team staff to identify best practices in IEP planning and development. This day was a meaningful learning day for all involved. As the website work was underway on November 5th, we experienced technical difficulties at the high school with our wireless system, right in this room. Teachers assigned to the cafeteria were unable to access the internet to complete their website work. This resulted in a quick reorganization of the staff to separate classrooms. This experience has sped up our efforts in looking at a much-needed improvement to our infrastructure. This past week, schools were visited by Turnkey Technologies. TTI worked with our technology department to visit all of our school buildings, to measure the thickness of our walls, and to survey our buildings in order to develop a plan for the location of our internet switches. On Thursday, building principals were a part of a meeting with TTI to continue that conversation. They determined other locations for switches based on their individual building needs. For example, the courtyard here at the high school would now have internet capability because an outside switch would be fitted for that area. The process was very informative as we were able to see areas where we needed to add more connectivity both inside and outside of the buildings. TTI will then provide us with a product recommendation which will help us identify a plan for the future. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Next, business
Okay.
administrator's report.
Good evening. The approval checklist and documentation package for the administration building was delivered to the New Jersey Department of Education by our architect last week. Anthony Brunn from the state of New Jersey has begun reviewing the package, and this could take up to 30 days to complete. The additional classroom submission paperwork is currently being worked on for one classroom at North Dover and one additional classroom at Academy Street School. Once the package is complete, the architect will deliver to the state for review and approval. On tonight's agenda is a resolution for Essex Regional Educational Services Commission for transportation services. With a shortage of bus drivers and some recent issues with another contracted vendor, this will enable the district to have other transportation options as needed. Planning for the new point-of-sale system is on its way. All stakeholders met and discussed any additional needs, training, and implementation. The district is planning for a January rollout timeframe. Information will be sent to the parents and guardians shortly. The summer meals program planning is also underway. The district plans to be a sponsor and may serve both breakfast and lunch to students 18 and under. There will be federal funding for this program, and the training will be in January of 2020. More information will be provided to the community as it becomes available. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Okay. We have a resolution. Do I have a board member that would like to read our resolution regarding our HIB?
Thank you, Ms. Pelestis, if I may. I move that the board approve the HIB reviewed in executive session, whereas the superintendent of schools has provided the Board of Education with reports regarding HIB incidents listed in our agenda by case number from AS number 1 down to ND number 2, some confirmed, some unconfirmed, and whereas the investigations which were conducted following these complaints, and whereas the Board of Education was advised of any consequences and or remedial measures related to these matters, as well as the superintendent's recommendation regarding the results of these investigations, and therefore be it resolved that the Board of Education votes to affirm the superintendent's recommendations on all HIB reported cases.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Do I have any questions, concerns, comments? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Okay. Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And
Ms. Pelestis, I'd just like to comment that in executive session, there were 4 cases which are listed on the agenda that the board was apprised of, and those will be on the December agenda for approval.
thank you. Do I have a motion for the approval of out-of-district placement in transportation?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Do I have any questions, comments, concerns? There being none, may I please have a roll call vote?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. Also, may I have a motion regarding the field trips as per the attached list?
So moved.
Second.
Do I have any questions or comments, concerns? There being none, may I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And we've also received the September and October fire safety drills as listed. Do I have a motion to approve those? I have a roll call vote.
Skipped over. G.
Back
Sorry,
to
Ms.
the
Letter G.
graduate courses.
The graduate courses in G?
Yes, of course. Of course. This is one of the many wonderful things that we're trying out as we live stream. We,
Motion moved for G?
what, well,
Second.
what just occurred was I had a board member who noticed that I had not asked for a motion on G on the agenda. So we have a motion and a second regarding the approval of certified staff graduate courses. Happy to see that. So I have a motion and a second. Do I have any questions?
I'm just
Comments?
very impressed with the amount of staff taking our reading courses and so many other things. It just is, it's so exciting.
It- I
It's
concur.
wonderful.
I concur, Ms. Mullen. I think it is wonderful. You can see the list there of all of our staff members that are seeking to improve their ability to teach our students, and I just think it's wonderful. Additional education. Great. So I have a motion, a second, and do I have, I'd like a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And now to the motion that I tried to introduce earlier. The boards received and approved the information from the September and October fire and safety drills. Do I have a motion to approve that?
Motion moved.
Motion? Second? Second? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And do I have a member who would like to read the resolution regarding participation in Future Ready Schools, New Jersey?
Ms. Pelestis, if I may?
Yes.
Whereas the Dover Board of Education first seeks to support the identification of a Future Ready Schools New Jersey District Team lead and create a team of FRSNJ specialists that infuse digital learning across multiple disciplines, including math, technology, media, arts, science, language arts, and career and technical education. Whereas the Dover Board of Education will support and promote the development of individual school future-ready teams that infuse digital learning across multiple disciplines, including math, technology, education, media, arts, science, language arts, and career and technical education. Therefore, it is resolved that the Dover Board of Education agrees to participate in the Future Ready Schools New Jersey. We hereby appoint Brian Bayachek to be the district's liaison to the Future Ready Schools New Jersey, who will report to the board upon completion of tasks for the certification program. We do hereby recognize that Christina Dallapaloo will be the responsible agent at the district level to carry out the district's commitment for its schools to participate in Future Ready Schools New Jersey. We agree to follow through with the district's commitment and support our schools achieve certification through the Future Ready Schools New Jersey certification program.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
I just have a question. I attended a conference last week that specialized in analytics and data science, and there was like 20,000 people at this conference. So I'm just wondering, does this program get into those areas, or can we? Because that seems to be the future, is understanding all the data that we have and being able to analyze that and being able to have a head start, I think at the high school level, going into college and being able to use those skills help students as they move forward.
So Future Ready is a broad program that encourages that type of inquiry and the use of progressive technology in all areas. So certainly the use of data and how data can be utilized by students would be a great example of one of those areas.
Great.
Thank you. Anyone else? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Rosales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And now personnel, Ms. Ruiz.
Thank you, Ms. Pelestis. The Personnel Committee met on November 12th, and we received an update on vacancies. We are continuing to fill the vacancies using all the technology available to make the public aware of them. We also received an update on the upcoming retirements and hiring of a new secretary. We are using Swing, which is a supplement system that will allow us to ensure we fill the need of substitute teachers. We also increased the rate of compensation for substitutes to make us competitive so that substitute teachers choose to contract with us. We also received updates on employees being able to apply online through a system called AccuTrack, and the update that are not just teachers, but also some aides will be participating in the College of New Jersey program, which will begin in the spring to meet our needs for English language learners. And I believe the remainder of what we learned is confidential, and yes, and that is the report. We will meet again on December 10th, and I move that we approve the resignations and retirements listed below. We definitely want to recognize Ms. Kelly Toohey, Ms. Cheryl Colligan, and Mr. Hector Acevedo for their service and congratulate them on this new phase of their life. On section 2, you will see the resignations.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? May I have a roll call vote?
Ms. Rosales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes.
On section B, I move that we approve the personnel resolutions for the 2020 school year, as always contingent upon personnel employment appointments in line with state and federal criminal history background checks and completion of any required paperwork, including pre-employment verification. We have quite a list from 1 to 16 on page 8, going through page 9, number 31.
Second?
I was excited to see the practicums, the teacher cadets, the internships.
Yep.
It was just very nice to see so many, and I think we're going to see more and more of that. So I thought that was nice.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much. May I have a roll call vote?
Ms. Rosales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. All right. Negotiations? Mrs. Phillips?
The negotiations committee met with the administrators on September 25th, and our next meeting is scheduled for next Tuesday, November 26th at 7 p.m.
Thank you. Okay. Curriculum? Ms.
I
Mullen?
was not at the curriculum meeting, but
Okay,
I can move that we approve the following textbook, Law for Business and Personal Use.
Yes.
Second.
Second?
And, okay, and then we'll vote on that, and then you can add more to Ms. Delapaloo's report.
All right. I have a motion and a second. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes.
So Dr. Sainer was gracious enough to take the notes at the meeting that I was unable to attend, and it was quite a lot of minutes, a lot of it which was covered, but if you
Yes,
would
I
like to
will try
expound
not-
on that.
I will try not to
Thank you.
duplicate. We received quite an extensive spreadsheet detailing the professional development that our teachers are receiving in training. We have 12 teachers currently signed up for Orton Gillingham training. We may have 2 sections of the TCNJ by literacy cohort. Dr. McLaughlin has a meeting scheduled with Kane University to try to recruit by literacy student teachers to come to Dover and, work here and then eventually be teachers here. And Mr. Pandolfo actually emailed all the Kane seniors to ask them to meet. So I thought that was tremendous. We've reviewed our registration procedures with Mr. Crute to make sure that they're in line. We're working with Zufall to make sure that our students are, they're able to get their immunizations as quickly as possible and to get them into seats as quickly as possible as well. We've had professional development for our preschool teachers at all of our facilities. We've had the first Early Childhood Advisory Council, and we will be moving forward with other professional development. Can I mention the shirt? I don't want to steal anybody's thunder on that one.
Sure.
We had 2 amazing Academy Street teachers design a One Dover t-shirt, along with a model that for every t-shirt that's bought, one will be given to or donated to a community member. So what a great way to build unity in our community. Dr. McLaughlin met with the nurses so that they can standardize procedures for the district. We've had meetings of the District Evaluation Advisory Committee to work on professional development moving forward. Dr. Rebecca Field has been in the district and has provided some information and will be providing a much longer report later. And then we have other people coming in to work with us on biliteracy in moving forward. I think that's it.
Thank
It was
you.
a great meeting. There was
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you. Community Relations, Mr. Miller.
Hi, how are you doing? Good?
Okay.
So the Community Relations Committee did not meet this month, but there was a lot of community events that took place. Our next meeting is on December 3rd. We had our Mission and Vision meeting with the community on
Yes.
November 2nd, and we had a great attendance. It was very exciting. We really made a lot of progress, which is building to the next meeting for the community on December 7th. I think it's 12 to 3.
Yes.
In which we'll build on that information and actually get further towards our mission and vision. And I think there's a lot of excitement building. So if you can come out, you didn't miss anything, we'll catch you up and we'll continue with that. I just wanted to mention also that a number of the board members attended the Board of Ed convention, in which we learned a lot of good things. I wanted to highlight one thing that I had participated in, which involved social emotional learning, and how that could really increase and create a great culture in our school district to improve learning. And there's one group that's headed by Elizabeth Hanson Warner in School Culture and Climate Initiative. I'm going to give you that contact information in a long conversation where they will come out and actually help to evaluate where we are and what we could do. And so the big question they have about this initiative is, how do we create school environments that set up all kids for success in school and life? And they have a quote here that says, "It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults." And so they go through a whole program where they will help to evaluate and to develop programs for teachers to know how to handle situations that they may recognize with students. But they've also said that using this process and building this program will decrease bullying rates, decrease absenteeism, increase learning, increase staff morale, increase graduate rates, and then for the student, it really helps them gain social and emotional skills to deal with life, improve attitudes about self and others in schools, positive classroom behavior, and increased gains on standardized tests. So there was a lot of detail there, but I'm going to hand Dr. McLaughlin the information. They would be glad to come and talk, with our schools. I also just wanted to mention that, and I think we might have mentioned this before, that there's a Garden State Film Festival January 9th, that students are invited to submit short documentaries that then are displayed. And so if any students are interested in that, if any students are here, I have this information I can pass on to you. It's a great opportunity. Maybe we can submit our live streaming, as
Doesn't count.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Muller.
And yes. And also, I just wanted to let you know that I had talked with some of the Mine Hill school board representatives, both at the convention and in public forums, and also some of the elected officials in Mine Hill. And they are very pleased with our partnership. They feel like they're part of our community, and they really want to see more of that participation. So, we're really doing a great job. And I just wanted to mention the website is awesome and did a great job, and it's very informative. So I'm looking forward to downloading the app. I didn't do that yet. That's my report.
Thank you so much, Mr. Miller. Policy,
And I
Ms.
just-
Grisales.
Yes, it's okay, I don't take offense to that. I wanted to thank you. I had talked about adding the Met date and the next date to each of our titles for our committee. So thank you. It's on there already. You guys are quick. I think that makes it easier for us as we're
Yes.
presenting. So for policy, we did meet on the 29th. We did a lot of work in that committee as well. I guess the same with curriculum. We went through a lot of policies that you will see in the next two meetings. And our next meeting is the 26th at 6 p.m., I believe. So with that, I move that we approve for the second reading. This constitutes the second reading with the first reading happening in October 15th for the bylaw 0131.
Have a motion? Second. Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes.
We also, the committee wants to recommend that we do and approve the first reading of the following policies listed there, and the second reading will be taking place on the 17th of December.
Second?
Comments?
Ms. Pelestis, if I may.
Yes.
The policies, when we have a first reading, it's my understanding that the public then would have an opportunity to look at that policy and comment on that policy before we vote on it at the second reading. So should the public wish to do so, now that we have a wonderful new website, can these policies that are only on the first reading, are they available in some separate place? Are they not available? Will we be printing them out? How can we facilitate that for our
So
community?
what we will do within the next week is we will, under the Board of Education tab, make a tab that says proposed policies, and it will indicate that the following policies have gone through first reading, and if you have comments, we'll direct the public to where they can make their comments, probably to my email address, and that will allow the public to see those policies in between the two readings, now that we have a website that we can do that on. So we will get that done by the end of the week.
Okay, thank you. There being no other questions, may I please have a roll call vote?
Okay. Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes. And Buildings and Grounds, Ms. Nutting?
So Buildings and Grounds, we met on November 5th. Our next meeting is December 3rd. And as far as the report of property damage, vandalism, theft of the school or personal property in the month of October, there was none at any of the schools. I would like to take a motion for the board to approve the use of the Dover Public School facilities as follows.
Second?
Second? Do I have any questions? There being no questions, may I have a roll call vote?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes, and abstain on the second one.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis, if I may.
Yes.
I know we already took a vote and it has nothing to do with the voting, but I just wanted to comment on the model rockets. So it was a great, I'm glad that, I know that it kind of happened already, but it was a really good experience for all those kids that were there. I was there, so it was really exciting to see how happy they were. It was cold, as cold can be that day. But it was really great to see our facilities being used. And it was
Yes.
great to see the scouts, because it's not Boy Scouts, it was great to see the girls and the boys
Boy
all
Scouts.
kind of interacting with a great experience with the model rockets. It was really cool.
And model rockets are so cool.
They are very cool.
I really have
I
to
think one
say.
may have ended up in one of our roofs. So it's just the paper though.
Okay, they're just very cool. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Okay. I would like to take a motion of the board recommend the acceptance of the school board emergency evacuation drill reports submitted by the transportation supervisor, William Chappelle, for the first drill of the 2019-2020 as per NJA 6A 27-11.2.
Second.
Okay. Any questions?
I just want to note that there will be additional drills, so these are just some of the initial drills that took place during the month of October, but we will be completing other drills as we move forward.
All right. Thank you very much.
I second.
We had a motion and a second. Roll call?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
Yes.
And just
And-
one more thing to report to you guys. There was a comment at the last town meeting. They were asking about the fields. We are in the works of working with the town to get cameras for our fields at the middle school so we can use them as a community and be one Dover. We are looking for the springtime for opening, and we are also looking to do a celebratory event to open it up to the whole community. Also, with the purchase of the Belmont building, I know a lot of the times we were talking about classrooms and the space. With the Belmont building purchase, we are going to be looking at the fact that we can open up 7 classrooms. One's already in progress at North Dover and one area at Academy, that would open up 2 additional bilingual classrooms.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Budget and Finance, Dr. Sainer.
Thank you. We also met, because we're one big committee now, we met on this and we will meet on the 3rd. I have nothing new to report. We are in the middle of budget season and moving forward with that. I would like to move that the board approves or adopts the following resolutions, numbers 1 through 13, and again, a second thank you to Henry O. Baker for their generous donation.
Second?
Thank you. Questions, comments? There being none, may I have a roll call vote?
Ms. Grisales?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Mullen?
Yes.
Mrs. Nutting?
Yes.
Mrs. Phillips?
Yes.
Mr. Riley?
Yes.
Ms. Ruiz?
Yes.
Dr. Sainer?
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Pelestis?
There's just the cafeteria report for September 2019. Under old business, I'm not sure if anyone has anything else. It seems that our new business is so exciting that there's not much old business to discuss. I'm just really excited about the direction and all of the wonderful things that are happening. But if anyone has anything under old business, please let me know. No? Okay. New business, there is just the rolling calendar so that you can see when we are meeting. The New Jersey School Boards Association Delegates Assembly will be on Saturday, November 23rd, and Ms. Ruiz will be attending. Ms. Ruiz, have you attended one yet?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
in May. And Senator Sweeney will be joining us on November 23rd.
Okay. It's just always exciting to see the way different school boards at the Delegates Assembly approach what School Boards Association will lobby for, because we often have very different perspectives depending on the communities. So that's exciting. Community meeting discussion, the role of the Board of Education. I know that Ms. Grisales brought something up.
Yes.
I'll turn it over to you for a moment.
Thank you. So Dr. Sainoy and I actually were approached by one of the parents in the community to inquire about our board providing a general information to them about what our role is as the board. So for them to have a better understanding of what our limitations are, what is actually what we do in our job versus kind of the administrator and things like that. So this parent asked us if there's something that we could do and help her and her, I guess she has a group of parents that kind of get together. And so I said, we discussed between Dr. Sainer and I that it would be better for us as a whole board to really make that decision and see if we could actually do something to help our community understand more of what our role is and invite them obviously more to understand our duty. And so I actually remember for one of the trainings that I went to that is actually a service that NJSBA provides for free. So I called our field representative Charlene, and she had gave me information if all of us are in favor of doing this and moving forward, of a gentleman that would come and we would be part of it as well. I can certainly commit to help and organize it in any way, as well as I know that we do interpreting for our community, but I know this person personally, so I can certainly kind of feel comfortable doing that for any parent that's not English speaking. So I would like for us to kind of host such an event and have that collaboration with our community, and I wanted to really discuss it with all of you and see what your thoughts are, and when we can do it, and you know, how I think sooner the better, so that way they can kind of, it's great to see the interest coming from the community and that they want to learn about our role, so I really want to kind of go with that.
And
Ms. Pelestis?
yes.
Should our board decide to welcome the New Jersey School Boards Association to present a training as to what the role of a Board of Education is, I would suggest that we change, at least for that session. I believe our policy right now is that we offer interpretation for the public only if the public calls and asks for it. I would say that for this meeting, that we just automatically offer it so that everyone would understand fully what it is we do and don't do, what the administration does and doesn't do.
And just so, you know, to clarify, the request was there already presented to us, that it be in both English and Spanish.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So the request came, okay.
And I think that one of the things that we can certainly do, and maybe community relations can work on this and gather some more information. The only, and it's not a concern, but we do have to be cognizant of the fact that if we decide to do something like this and the board is supportive of it, we can't be a full board at that meeting, because once we're a quorum, we would have to advertise that as a special meeting of the board.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of work out some of the details regarding that. And the other thing, excuse me, the other thing to just, I understand, you know, trying to do these things sooner rather than later, but we're approaching the holiday season, and we have so many things that are going on, both with our kids that are in school and I'm sure our personal commitments. So maybe you can have a dialogue with the two committees and discuss when an appropriate time to do that might be.
With the new board, when the new board comes
I was
on and
thinking
we
the
start
same
out
thing.
Yes,
new year.
and
Right,
with
we,
yes.
it could be,
Yes, and
the
our new board, yes.
presentation could be part of our
Yes.
reorg
Yes.
as a full board.
Right, and this group of parents, I think it's like 15 parents that kind of get together. We're like, tell me when and where, and we're there.
Okay.
So it seems like they're available.
But making sure we also reach out
For
to
the
our
community.
PTAs and
Sure.
those parents. that-
We're kind of, I apologize, we're kind of talking back here, but one of the suggestions was that as we do presentations at board meetings, it would be a perfect opportunity to do that, and certainly with our new board members, it's also, I think, would be just informative for them also, so I think that's so. I'm turning it over to you folks. Okay?
Ms. Pelestis, if we're done with new business, I just want to make a comment that's sorta new business.
Okay.
I-
I was under, okay, yeah. New old, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I just want to note that our community gathered to plan holiday festivities on a Sunday evening. And I was pleased to see Dr. McLaughlin, and if I can, without a rice notice, Principal or Assistant Principal Quinones, both present and both supporting our students and our community there. And I think it speaks a lot to the district's dedication and those specific individuals' dedication to our community. So I just wanted to highlight that both Mr. Quinones and Dr. McLaughlin were there.
Thank you very much for that. All right. There being no further board issues, I would like to, at this point, open the meeting to the public for comments on any issues. This is not just agenda items. You can speak on any issue of importance to you, and just please get up here. This is our new process. Please get up to the microphone and state your name and your address, and let us know what your comments are. Thank you.
Hi there again, Cheryl Colligan, middle school French teacher. I just want to acknowledge that we're participating in the New Jersey Governor's Program to acknowledge excellence in education. For those of you who are not aware, this program was initiated by Governor Byrd in 1980. And in my tenure here, about 24 years or so, I'm not aware that we have ever participated in it. And in fact, if you look in the hallway, there were Polaroid pictures of Teachers of the Year, and the last celebrant was Patty Batone, and that was in the year 2012, 2013. At that time, the program was eliminated by the former administration. I frankly don't know why, and then was reinitiated by the DEA. So I want to say thank you for bringing this recognition program to us. It validates us, and it allows us to participate and to move forward in this process, which not only is local, but it's also county and it's state. And to the best of my knowledge, it allows for participation and feedback from community members and parents. So it's kind of unique in that respect. So thank you for bringing that to us, that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if I could just expand on that, there will be nomination forms available on the district website for any community member or parent who would like to nominate a teacher.
Great. Anyone else? Okay, wait, two people are coming up at the same time.
Hello, my name is Adam. I kind of want to start off with actually appreciation for the starting of the football program for the middle school. I think that's great. I do think, though, that we should expand it to the younger kids to gain interest early, because by the time they're in middle school, a lot of them are focused on one sport, maybe none. I think maybe expanding it to the younger kids may gain more interest earlier and help the middle school program and the high school programs in all sports, aside from soccer, maybe football, basketball, track, whatever other sports there are. I think that may be something that we could work on as a community. I do have one question, aside from my comments. the new buildings that are in Dover, new living, does the board have any plans on what resources are going to have to be added for the inflow of kids? Are there going to be, you know, an inflow of resources? Are there going to be any? Are there any plans with the board? Is this something that you guys anticipate?
Thank you for your question. At this point in time, we can't respond to that immediately. As I've often said at these meetings, there are going to be times you're going to ask questions that we don't have an immediate response, but please know we hear you, and to the extent that we can respond at a future meeting, we'll do that.
I mean, this building is not a new project. It's been years
We
in the
understand.
works. Is there any anticipation? Has there been any planning?
At this point, this is the time for public comment, so you're free to, continue your comments, and it's up to the board. At the end of the public comment session, the board will decide whether it can respond to anyone's comments or not.
The other thing I do want to mention to you and to any member of the community, since we're live stream, that the administration is happy to address any questions or concerns from the community, things of this nature or other nature. You're always free to call our offices, and we can have probably a much more natural conversation than happens in this kind of forum.
Thank you. There was someone else?
Hi, this is Angela Ramos, 326 Washington Avenue. And just I want to say thank you so much for the website. I love it. And the app in the phones, that's really great tool for the parents, so that way we can get more communicated. And I know maybe it's not appropriate, but I just find out tonight, Mrs. Colligan is leaving us. And just in behalf of my son and all parents, we know we love you. I mean, the teachers in Dover have really, really hard time sometimes because, as you know, our classrooms are overcrowded. So some of the classrooms are having like 30 children in the classroom. So really, really thank you so much, Mrs. Colligan, for all your work all these years. So just second that question, the gentleman before me, he asked you, I mean, I just want to comment. Before we decide, or when we come to the meeting to decide what we would like to have as our new superintendent, the new one when you were hiring it as the board. So one of the comments of the community was that one too. I'm just want to comment if we're anticipating as a board, when the new buildings get new families and everything, we will have new children too in the classrooms. So just I know you cannot address that right now, but that will be a really good thing to think in a close future. No, in a sure. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it now. And in the next months, yes, in the closer future, because that will be kind of issue. Just I want to say thank you so much for your support about the special ed new improvements. I know it's hard and everything cannot be changed just from the one day to the next day. I know everything takes little by little, but just hopefully our parents come out too and just speak up or just address their worries. And I would like to, I know you cannot ask me this you cannot answer this right now, but I would like to know, we as a parents, we can ask. I know part of the law, we can ask about the last certifications of the teachers or about their last trainings. So I would like to see, or I would like to know in what part of the website we could ask or we can see the teacher certifications, if it's any way we can see or we can know. Especially in special education, the last certifications from the teachers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Lynn Laurie, 10 Hillside. The gentleman brought up an issue that I have given a lot of thought about, because we have all that building downtown. There are going to be new families. There are going to be children. I'm not sure where they are going to fit. And I think it should be publicly discussed soon, because it's not something where he should just call the office. You know, I think that it's going to affect not only the school buildings, the families, the children attending the schools, but it's going to affect the whole entire community about what is happening. So I think as you make plans and you have your committee meetings, I think it is imperative that at some point this discussion starts taking place and plans start. Like how many children are already in the classrooms? Are these schools pretty much packed to capacity? We don't know. I mean, somebody probably knows, but and I don't have to know, but I think we should be hearing at a public meeting what plans there may be going forward, because it's going to be a problem. So, and I think that these parents have children. I don't know that gentleman. He may have children in the schools. That's a major concern. So
Thank
it
you.
should be for full transparency. That is something that should come out and be discussed at these meetings. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Anyone else? Yes?
Thank you. Good evening. Sue Shower, 346 West Clinton Street in Dover. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for this evening. It was beautiful to see the students here accepting their certificates and to see their parents here enjoying that, so thank you very much for that. The new website is beautiful, and I did get the app, so thank you very much for that. I love my apps. I did want to mention something in light of the mention of transparency by the board. I know it's always a topic of concern, and it's been something that many of the board members have run for election on. The one candidate, Carol Ruiz, running this year, won her election. During her campaign, there were times that I felt that the community needed to see what she was saying and what her opinions were about things. I shared many times her exact comments, photos of her comments that she publicly posted. As she did that, she objected to those. We blocked each other appropriately online, that's fine. After that being said and done, though, Ms. Ruiz took it one step further. I had left her environment of social media, and she continued to mention my name online, accusing me of rumor and innuendo, and also another former board member, she did the same thing. And I just would like to publicly, since we are live streaming this, ask for that to stop, and for Ms. Ruiz to, it should come to an end. If she doesn't like people sharing what she has posted publicly, suggestion is don't post it publicly, because it will be shedded. It's the World Wide Web. Anyone could share it anywhere. I am not a public person any longer. I am a private person now, and if there's information that you were given that I did something or said something, say something to me.
Ms. Shower, please, you must continue to make your comments to the board as a whole, as the board president, not to an individual board member.
Okay. I'm asking the board actually to make recommendation to each other that if you are going to post publicly on the World Wide Web, on the internet, on social media, to be cognizant of the fact that anyone can share it and make comment on it. So just be aware of that. But then taking a personal attack of me and actually even of my family members, I'd like that to stop. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else? Okay. I would like to close this portion of the meeting to the public and ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Before the board goes, we have complimentary tickets. If you'd like to come up and take some for either, you say Friday night, but Ms. Gaynor said that you could, Matanti said that you could have for either, it would work for either night.